it's CJ. Are you getting close to your due date and have questions about the medication called Pitocin? Good news, you have come to the right place. Today I'm going to let you know what Pitocin is, how it is used, some possible alternative options to Pitocin, and if you stick around, I will let you know who really shouldn't get Pitocin. Pitocin is essentially a synthetic or man-made form of the hormone oxytocin that your body makes naturally. Its only job is to make your uterus contract or cramp, which is why it is used to induce labor, speed up the labor process, and after you give birth to decrease your risk of a postpartum hemorrhage. Pitocin is generally considered safe for both you as well as your baby. However, it is not without risk. So if you are going to be getting Pitocin, once you are admitted to the labor and delivery unit, your nurse will probably put you on a fetal monitor. Some people are very sensitive to Pitocin. It can make your uterus overreact, which can in turn lead to fetal distress. So, unfortunately, the entire time you are getting Pitocin, you will need to be on the fetal monitor. Your nurse will start an IV. They will infuse the medication through the IV. They start you at a very, very low dose and increase gradually until they get you into an effective labor pattern, which means having contractions every 2 to 3 minutes that are lasting about 60 to 90 seconds. I am not gonna lie, those contractions hurt much worse than natural contractions. So if you were hoping to have an unmedicated birth, I hope that you will communicate with your labor nurse as well as your OB provider to find effective forms of pain management while you're in labor. So what are some reasons that you might get Pitocin? If you are having your labor induced, now if it is a medically indicated induction, you have high blood pressure, the baby isn't growing properly, you have ICP, in all likelihood, you will need to have Pitocin. You might be able to ask your provider to sweep your membranes or even use the Foley bulb to decrease the amount of time you need to have the Pitocin. If you are having an elective induction, you can also request a membrane sweep, or you can ask for the Foley bulb to help minimize the amount of time you get Pitocin. If you are being scheduled for an elective induction and prefer to have an unmedicated birth, my only advice to you would be you might want to wait until labor comes on its own, because really those contractions hurt much worse with the Pitocin. Another reason that you might get Pitocin would be to augment or speed up your labor. Let's say your water is broken and you haven't started having contractions yet. Or you are having contractions, but they're just not strong enough to make your cervix dilate. Your provider might recommend Pitocin infusion. Some alternative options, you can ask if you can go walk, sit on a ball, might even talk to your provider about doing nipple stimulation. Some are open to that as well. Finally, the third reason that you'd be getting Pitocin is immediately after the baby is born. It is the most effective way of clamping down that uterus and minimizing postpartum bleeding. If you do not want to have Pitocin after you give birth, please communicate that with your provider. That way you can discuss the risks and the benefits associated with the Pitocin use in the postpartum period. So, there are some people who really shouldn't get Pitocin. If your baby is showing signs of distress and you are nowhere near delivering, if you have a placenta previa where your placenta is growing over the top of or near your cervical opening, if your baby is not in the head down or vertex position, and finally, if you have a known hypersensitivity to Pitocin. So I hope that this video has helped answer some of your questions regarding Pitocin. If there's anything further that I can help you with, I hope you'll leave those questions in the comment section below. And while you're in that comment section, I sure would appreciate it if you'd hit the like button.
You're still here. Thanks so much for sticking around through the entire video. If you feel as though this information has been helpful to you, or you think you know somebody that might benefit from the information provided in these videos, please feel free to like it, share it, and if you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you did that. Any and all support that you can provide is so greatly appreciated. As always, these videos were not created as a replacement visit with your healthcare provider, rather as a place for you to come for basic, reliable information that is non-biased and hopefully allow you to figure out what questions to ask your healthcare provider at your next visit to best meet your healthcare needs. Again, I appreciate all of your support. If you want to contact me, my information is at the top of this screen, and I will put it in the comment section of this video. That's all I have for today. This is CJ. I'm at your cervix.